Télà.
Viens, pose-moi une question.
Télà.
Bonsoir à tous et bienvenue dans cette 9e et dernière émission de Wizz Mag. Ce soir, nous recevons Mikaël Red, réalisateur du film Rekorder, et sa productrice Pamela Reyes. Alors, donc l'interview elle va se faire en anglais. I'm not very good in English, but I'm going to do my best. So, where does the idea of the screenplay come from?
The idea for Rekorder started 2 years ago. I was 19 at the time. And it was New Year's Eve. I saw this viral video online and on the news. It was a viral video of a teenager almost my age, and he was being mauled in a random street crime. And I was disturbed by the video. And after that, the germ of the idea grew in my head, and I started thinking about the concept for Rekorder, where I wanted to show distortion and not just images, not just distortion in different video formats, but distortion in our society and apathy in our society.
So you said the video touched you, and the film deals with the power of images, hacking and downloading. What do you think about the increase of a certain digital society?
Well, one of the themes in the film that's explored is the modernization of Manila, and in a way, it's also the evolution and modernization of cinema around the main character, Mavin. The main character, who was a former cameraman during the golden age of Philippine cinema in the late 1980s, he's stuck in the past. He can't move on from his glory days, so he can't seem to move to the future, and everything around him is changing, and he's there stuck in the past, stuck because of a traumatic incident that I can't reveal, but you'll see it in the film.
So, in Mavin, the main character only sees the world through his camera. Is that your criticism about the society we live in?
Well, yeah, it's also one of the themes that's tackled. It's apathy. He sees the world through his lens. He hides behind his camera. He does not see the reality in front of him. And through the film, we see that when the only time he finally faces and redeems himself is when he puts his camera down and sees what's right in front of him, and that's where he begins to accept the reality around him. Okay.
Nous allons faire une pause donc, dans cette interview pour vous présenter le dernier court-métrage du 48 heures tout court.
Alors, piscine, chinois, fouetté.
Et ça, c'est ça ton petit truc. J'ai un truc sympa à vous faire ce week-end pour le festival du cinéma.
Regarde, on a tous
On
les
va bien
objets.
s'amuser.
On essaye de trouver quelque chose, sinon on n'y arrivera jamais là.
Et on va pas se prendre le chou, hein, on a un sujet, c'est piscine chinois fouetté. Et ben, on n'a qu'à fouetter un chinois dans une piscine.
Mais avec quel fouet? Avec un fouet ou le fouet de la cuisine?
Ça,
Ouais, mais c'est pareil, tu dis chinois. On prend quoi? Le chinois? Ça? Ou alors
C'est juste les deux.
le chinois, ça?
Alors moi, je vous préviens tout de suite, je vais pas maltraiter un asiatique et encore moins en milieu aquatique.
Je mets le chapeau, je mets le kimono. Et
Et
moi je viens le fouetter.
Je suis un chinois.
Voilà, je vais dans la piscine et moi je te fouette.
Ah, Kawasaki Yoshinara.
Ben voilà,
Pascal,
on l'a.
il est pourri ton chinois.
Putain, il est pourri mon chinois.
Bah là, c'est du chinois pourri là.
Mais putain, mais on n'a pas de chinois. On n'a pas de chinois. Mais ça fait marrer personne. Hein.
bah si,
Parce que
apparemment,
ça fait marrer personne. Moi j'ai vu personne rigoler là.
C'est
tu vois.
délicat comme sujet.
Franchement.
C'est délicat.
En plus de ça,
Ça peut heurter les âmes sensibles.
depuis hier, toi, chaque fois que je dis je vais faire le chinois, tu me dis ton chinois il est pourri, tu ressembles à rien, c'est pas un chinois. On n'a pas de chinois, on n'a pas de chinois. Tu veux que je te dise quoi, moi? Arrête de rire, toi.
Non, moi ce qui m'ennuie, c'est que piscine et fouetté, ça me donne plein d'idées et on est bridé à cause du chinois.
On n'a pas de chinois, on dit on prend un pékinois pour le mettre dans la piscine. On n'a même pas de pékinois, on a un chien en peluche qui ressemble à rien. Ouais, mais c'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. Bah c'est bon.
On fouette un pékinois avec de la poitrine, quoi.
Eh bah vas-y, va t'acheter ta poitrine de porc. Va t'acheter ta poitrine de porc. Va t'acheter ta poitrine de porc. Y'a pas un chien, y'a personne qui a un kleps. Y'a pas un kleps ici? Oh mais c'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. Mais c'est bon, on arrête, c'est bon. Non, c'est bon, on va fumer une clope.
Pourquoi je prendrais pas un arabe?
L'autre là, il a qu'à rester tout seul avec sa putain de caméra. Il fait 3 plombes, il est avec sa caméra. Il faut, eh ben, démerdez-vous. Voilà, démerdez-vous.
Pourquoi on prendrait pas
Prends-le pas comme ça.
Mais pourquoi on prendrait pas
Pascal.
On serait moins chier avec un arabe. Hein.
Oh Pascal, c'est bon là, reviens. Pas me saouler avec un chinois non plus, hein.
Franchement, entre fouetter un chinois dans la piscine ou frotter un indien dans la cuisine, voilà quoi. On va trouver.
Tu vois, si l'autre il nous avait mis dans le chapeau des papiers du style rupture, femme, prise de tête, alors là mon lolo, on te faisait un film, mais the film quoi. Direction Hollywood direct quoi. Terminé à Nonnet. Résultat des courses, on cherche un chinois qu'on trouvera pas parce qu'il n'y en a pas de toute façon. Il n'y a pas de chinois. Putain de chinois. Il n'y en a pas. Il n'y en a pas.
De retour sur le plateau du Wizz Mag. So, Pamela and Mikaël, how did you meet each other?
When I was in college in UP, it's the state university in the Philippines, we had a class in our film class, and his father, who is a renowned filmmaker in the Philippines, taught a class in our class. After a few months, he got my number to cast an actor that I had for a short film.
At the time, I was writing a different screenplay for my supposed first feature film entitled Neo Manila. And I was casting for the main role. And then I saw a teenage actor in her short film. That's why I got her number to ask her if she still has the contact for the actor. But in the end, after meeting her, we developed a different idea. And that's where Rekorder became a real screenplay after a year. And then we submitted it together to Cinemalaya, which is a grant-giving foundation. And because of that, we got funding for the film.
But even before in Rekorder, we made a few short films. I made 2 short films and he made 1 short film before Rekorder.
You're two very young for the world of the cinema. And did you meet some difficulties during the shooting or for the money? I don't know.
Well, it's always a challenge, like being a young filmmaker and showing that you have authority, especially when the crew and the cast are all older than you. I mean, you have to show them that you know what you want, you know what you're doing, and you know how the end result will be, and they have to believe you. They have to believe in your vision. Otherwise,
There were a lot of struggles, especially if you're pitching a story like Rekorder, which is very different from the mainstream cinema in the Philippines. So if you're trying to pitch this kind of story to the producers or potential producers, in total our budget is around 1.5 million pesos. That's around how many in euros?
Well, in US dollars, that's about
30,000.
36,000 US dollars. So
Yeah.
it's a very low budget film, and we had to cut costs in any way we can. We had to get sponsorships, co-productions. We shot because of our foundation in short films. We adapted our guerrilla filmmaking ways, and we were able to cut costs because of that. And I guess making short films is a good discipline.
There isn't just one video format. Images are filmed from smartphone, CCTV, or live action. Why did you choose to mix these different sorts of video formats and not only one?
Well, the section I joined in Cinema Live was the new breed section, and it's for emerging new filmmakers. And I wanted to represent my generation, and I had to show the world and the city modernizing. And one of the ways to show that is through the different and the new formats emerging because of digital cinema. Everything is now more accessible, and that's why there's an explosion of new cinema because of cheaper technology to make films. And at the same time, the central character of all this is a man from the golden age, from the classic era of making films with 35mm. So I guess for me, it's a tribute to the past, and it's also a vision of the future. And I like the combination and the contrast of that.
The festival was the occasion to show Rekorder for the first time in Europe. As a young movie maker, what does this festival mean to you? What can you report to your success?
Well, the whole experience is always mind-blowing. I mean, 2 years ago it was an idea in your head, and then now it's a reality projected on screen, and you're sharing this idea with people from around the world. And as a filmmaker, that's your goal, and that's the dream of making films.
Okay, so thank you, Pamela and Mikaël. Sabamat.
Thank you.
Salamat. Merci.
Voilà, donc c'est sur cette interview que nous terminons la dernière émission du Wizz Mag. C'est notre dernière émission depuis 6 ans maintenant, puisque l'année prochaine, nous changerons de format. C'est fut un plaisir, une année encore, d'être à vos côtés sur ce festival, et à bientôt.
Télà. Viens, pose-moi une question. Télà.